Issei Sagawa, also known as the Kobe Cannibal, was a Japanese man known for the unaliving of René Hardevalt in Paris in 1981. Sagawa was born on April 26, 1949 in Kobe, Japan. He was born to wealthy parents. His father, Akira Sagawa, was the president of Kurita Water Industries. Sagawa was a premature baby. He was so small, in fact, that he could fit in the palm of his father's hands. He had multiple health problems throughout his life. One of the most prominent being enteritis, a disease of the small intestine. Due to his poor health and introverted personality, he leaned towards literature for comfort. Sagawa's first cannibalistic desire surfaced while he was in first grade, when he caught glimpse of a male's thigh. When he was 24, Sagawa followed a German woman home, and broke into her apartment. His intention was to cannibalize her. He was going to cut off a part of her buttocks, and leave with a part of her flesh. Luckily, the woman awoke and was able to fight him off. He was charged with attempted assault, but these charges were dropped when a settlement was paid to the victim by Sagawa's father. In 1977, when he was 27 years old, Sagawa moved to France in order to receive a PhD in literature. When he was in Paris, he would bring home sex workers every night, in attempt to unalive them with a firearm. However, he froze up each time, and was unable to carry out his heinous acts. On June 11, 1981, when he was 32 years old, Sagawa invited René Hardevalt, a college classmate of his, back to his apartment for dinner. He told her they would translate poetry, but his real plans were far more sinister. Sagawa chose her as his victim due to her beauty and health, two traits he felt he himself did not have. He saw himself as small, ugly, and weak, and felt that consuming her would give him her energy. Once she arrived, Hardevalt began to read her poetry. She was sat at a desk, and her back was facing Sagawa. He took this opportunity to unalive her by firing a shot into her neck. According to Sagawa, the shock of what he had just done caused him to faint, but he awoke a short time later, realizing he had to finish what he had started. He proceeded to assault her corpse and even tried to take a bite out of her skin, but found it was too tough, so he left his apartment to purchase a butcher knife. Sagawa would consume multiple body parts, including her feet, face, breasts, buttocks, thighs, and neck. He would do so both raw and cooked. He saved other parts of her in his refrigerator, and even took photos at each stage of the process. Eventually, the body parts that he didn't consume started to decompose, so he had to dispose of them. He attempted to dump them in a lake in Boise, the Boulogne Park, but he was caught and arrested by police 4 days later. Sagawa's father provided him with a lawyer, and after 2 years of awaiting trial, he was found legally insane, and was therefore unfit to stand trial. The French authorities decided to deport him to Japan, where he would be committed to Mitsuzawa Hospital in Tokyo. Sagawa was examined by psychologists who declared him sane, and said that his motivation for what he had done was his sexual perversion. Since the charges in France were dropped, the French court documents were not released to the Japanese authorities. For this reason, Sagawa couldn't be detained in Japan. On August 12, 1986, he checked himself out of the hospital, and remained free up until his death from pneumonia on November 24, 2022. He was 73 years old. His release was controversial, with many people thinking he should have remained locked up until the end of his days. It's unfortunate that this wasn't the case. I hope René Hardevalt is resting in peace, and I wish her family had the closure they deserved. Thank you for watching.